All right, welcome everybody. Oh my gosh, is this the last week in January? Is this our last call? Yes, it is. Oh my gosh, next week's February 1st. Our call will be on February 1st. That is insane. So welcome everybody. I'm Tina Walterstorff and I'm super pumped. Be ready to get moved, get inspired, and be ready to change your life. Seriously. If you didn't get on any Tony Robbins training, you're going to want to get on it probably after this. You're going to be like, okay, I need all the nuggets and all the things. So we're just going to dig in. I'm going to try my very, very best to stay on task and stay with my notes and stay the course and not like start chasing squirrels like I tend to do. So I am so glad you guys are on here. Thank you for taking time tonight. I know everybody has a zillion things going on. I hope you have loose pants on and comfortable clothes because in the middle of this, we're going to get up, we're going to move, and we're going to dance. So I'm going to talk to you guys about branding and belief. And a lot of this falls into all the mindset stuff that we've already been talking about for so long. But branding yourself starts with breakthroughs, and breakthroughs happen depending on our beliefs. And your mental state, our emotional state is so important. So key to our belief is our belief in ourselves. And the story, we talk about this a lot, right? The story that we tell ourselves changes everything. And you guys have heard this, change your story, change your life. We've heard it from Bob Heilig. We've heard it from Tony Robbins. We hear it from everybody that's a great speaker. Change your story and change your life. But it's like, what does that mean? Can I actually change my story? We all have the power to change our story. You have the power to change your story. You can divorce your story of limitations and marry a story of success. If you find the right story, you're going to find the right strategy that you need to get there. And that is also determination. Have you ever had a friend that comes to you? We've all had this. We've all had this situation. A friend comes to you, they tell you all these things going on with them, and maybe it's through a job experience, maybe it's at home, maybe it's at kids at school, or issues with a child, whatever it might be. We've had a friend come to us, and you maybe have had that same experience in your life to where you're like, you know what, this is what worked for me. This is what I would suggest, or you try to be there, you try to give that advice, but that friend won't take your advice. She won't take those steps to make those changes that you know worked for you, and maybe you know worked for another friend of yours. They fight you because they know that they're going to need to change their story. And sometimes people are not willing to change their story. Sometimes people just want to be where they are. If you find that you're stuck, you literally can't change because of the story that you've kept telling yourself. And sometimes some of us have told ourselves the same story most of our life, if we really think back. You being stuck means you have limiting beliefs. So when we change our beliefs, that's when things are going to change. Instead of hanging on to what's happened to you, you must let go and decide to change your story. And that's the first step, to not hang on to the past. So what we can do each day is we can push ourselves once a day to get uncomfortable. And then suddenly the more things that we do that are uncomfortable will become comfortable. They're not going to be uncomfortable anymore. Going live for the first time on Facebook. Oh my gosh, I ran around my house, like practically peeing my pants. I would get so nervous. I would literally scream. I'd be just right there, just to push I was going to go live, and I'd go, ah! And I'd run around my house again and be like, I can't. And I had to push myself to do it over and over again. My family could come in here right now. I can hear them laughing outside in the living room at me, but I did this for a long time. And still tonight, I was just getting my glass of water and stuff before this call, and I said to my family, you guys, I still get butterflies before I go on to a team call. Like right now, I'm so excited, but I so have butterflies. But I push myself, and the more we push ourselves to get uncomfortable, the less uncomfortable we're going to get, or we're going to be. Talking to somebody in person, bringing up your business to somebody that you think would be amazing at this. Talking to somebody that you know needs these products. Maybe they're at work, maybe it's a family member, maybe it's, you know, just someone you know needs it so much, but you know it's going to be a little bit uncomfortable to actually go talk to them. Go do it. The more you do it, the less uncomfortable those conversations are going to be, and the more natural you're going to be at them. Focus equals feelings. So what you focus on, you feel, or we've talked many, many times about how our feelings control our thoughts ultimately control our actions, taking action, not taking action. Here's just kind of an analogy on like what we focus on. What we focus on is what we can bring about. So anyway, here's the circumstance. Maybe a friend of yours told you no. Your best friend, you went to your best friend about Plexus, and she's just like, hands off. She's blocking you on Facebook. She don't even want to see your posts about all this stuff. And what will you focus on? What will you choose to focus on? She said no to you. So you got person one who can be offended, be super hurt to the point of saying to themselves, if my best friend won't do this with me, then nobody's going to do this with me. I'm totally going to quit. I can't even do this. If she's not going to do this with me, then I'm never going to find anybody to do this with me. So that's one. We could focus on that. Or two, you can take control of your own life. The truth is that you can realize that it's nothing about you if she says no. It's nothing about you if she blocks you. I've had this done to me, so I can talk from like experience. A very good friend blocked me, who, by the way, I've had two friends actually block me, good friends, and they're both on Plexus still today, and they're loving it and having good results. But they had to come around to it. So anyway, two, realize it's not about you and keep focused on other people that you know you can go out and help and serve and enrich their lives. Don't let one person, let your thoughts go into a spiral of, I totally can't do this now. Don't give them the power of that. Realize it's not you and that you have something amazing to offer people, and don't attach meaning to someone saying no, even if it's your best friend, even if it's your mother, even if it's your aunt, even if it's your grandmother, even if the people closest to us can be the hardest people. That's okay. Move on. Don't attach meaning to it. So now we're talking a little bit about identity, and identity shapes your choices. If you're getting the results you want, or if you are not getting the results you want, your identity could be what's in your way. That means your belief all about yourself. You can rewire yourself to do this. You can refine yourself. If you want to change your life, change your story. There's that again. Your story starts with who you believe that you really are and how you're going to live your life. So sometimes we can get into this comfort zone, and some of you have heard me say this before. When we are in a comfort zone and we step out of that comfort zone, you know, we've talked about this, how the brain actually is supposed to protect you. So you go out and you try something new, and your brain is like, all these thoughts come to your mind. I don't know if I'm good enough to go live. I don't know if people will listen to me. I don't really know if I have anything good to share. Will they even listen to me? Your brain will do that to trick you and to pull you back down into that comfort zone. But the more you push and push through, you're going to start retraining your mind to know that, oh, that's the new norm. Going live is not scary anymore. Going live is not going to kill you. It's not going to harm you. So again, just pushing yourself out of that comfort zone, or maybe it's just talking to somebody or posting. So once we step out of a comfort zone, our brains naturally, you know, tend to pull us back, but we can break through that. Just recognize it though. Recognize that that is going to happen when you try something new. Has anyone jumped out of a plane before? Ah, Mary! Did your brain at all tell you before you were going to jump that maybe you shouldn't jump? Oh, I love it. I bet. I mean, my brain would be like telling me all the things like, I'm going to die. What if the chute doesn't open? I love it. And she did it anyway, right? Your brain was like, what are you doing? You're nuts. What if you die? What if the chute doesn't open? Lada, lada. But she did it anyway. Mary, that is awesome. I love it. So she went for it. Have you done it since then?
It was on our 25th anniversary trip to Hawaii, and our whole family went. So it was pretty fun, but we haven't had a chance to go again, but I would.
That's awesome. And I think that you would, because now you know you didn't die. It's okay. And it was fun, invigorating, probably. They're just like amazing.
Yeah, it was beautiful scenery. Yep.
Oh my gosh. Thank you for sharing that. That's awesome.
You're welcome.
My husband wants me to do that. I actually brought it up one time as a bucket list, and I was kind of joking. I was just trying to make my bucket list look like kind of extravagant.
Like I'm like sitting in the living room, just like stupid.
And now he will not let me like not do that. So, oh goodness. Okay, so back to what we were talking about. I love it. I love this story. So if you want extraordinary life of what you, if you want an extraordinary life of what you want and desire, start defining yourself as that person you need to be to achieve it. And sometimes in Plexus, we'll talk about this. Like if your goal is to reach Emerald or your goal is to reach Diamond, imagine yourself in that place and what you would be like being in that place. What would you look like? What would you be doing? Do those things now. To shift that, you need to enhance and expand your identity. Get yourself to follow through with no excuses. So I have a board, which is kind of cool, because we're going to talk about physiology, which is our body language. We're going to talk about focus, and we're going to talk about language equals meaning. So here's kind of a thing that he showed. Does this show backwards or forwards? What does that mean? I guess Daniel's giving me thumbs up. Dory went like this. She goes, I don't know what that means. I go, does it?
It's good.
It forwards
it's
or backwards?
Good.
And she's like,
it's forward. You're good.
So you can see it. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Thumbs up. You're good.
Yeah, I got it. So to create a compelling future, and to have a reason to use your skills, and that can be like our reason why. Like, what is our why for doing this? What is our why as far as how we want to be and how we want to live our life? And so he talked about our state being here in the middle, right? And how you can change your state. And I'm going to go through each one of these. Our physiology, our focus, and our language equals meaning. And we're just going to kind of like go through and talk about these really quick. This is pretty powerful. So the physiology part of it, how you can change your state. And that you guys have heard me talk about how powerful music is for me. If I'm in a funk, which I get in weekly, I will have a funk about something. But the growth part that I've found that happens when you're growing and learning is when you can actually stop it or recognize it and then decide that you want to change it. In my past, I wouldn't recognize it. Like I knew I would be in a funk, but I'd just let myself be in a funk for the day. But now I recognize I'm in a funk. I'm stinking thinking right now. Okay, so am I going to sit in that, or am I going to cut it off right now, do what I know works for me to change my funk to then have a better day, right? So you can radically change by how he talked about this. This was powerful. Radically changing your posture, radically changing the tone of your voice, getting up, jumping up and down, dance in the kitchen. Who likes to dance? I do. I mean, you don't have to be a good dancer to like to dance. You don't have to be a good singer to like to sing. You can like wait till everybody leaves the house and then be like, rock it out. And maybe you're all beautiful singers like me. Anyway, get this, you guys. If you change yourself, your physiology, like from being in a funk, and you get up and jump and do something, listen to music, it lowers your cortisol 33%. I was like, what? That's our stress hormone. When we have our stress hormone going out of whack, cortisol is high, we store fat. So hello, let's all get up and dance every day. That's gonna like lower our cortisol levels 33%. We don't need to go to the doctor, just start dancing. Listen to music, get out of the funk, do the thing that you need to do. If you make a dynamic movement, it will drop even faster than that. You'll notice too, you could walk into a room and you could see who's slouched down, whose head is down. People who are in a funk or depressed or not feeling well, their shoulders are down, their head's down, their entire posture and body language shows that. So another thing you can start to notice with yourself, and I've been paying way more attention to this, is how am I sitting in my chair? Am I sitting up nice and tall? Are my shoulders back? You can just stand up, and if you're feeling a funk, like just stand up, like put your shoulders back. He did this exercise and everybody, like 30-some thousand people were up like this on Zoom, shoulders back, head up, like, yes. And just doing that changes your mood. It's amazing. So for 1 second, for 30 seconds, I want you guys to be moving your bodies. I'm going to play a song, hold on tight, and we're going to move our bodies. We're going to change our physiology right now. Share sound. Oh yeah, see? Look at y'all. Some of you had to even mute yourselves and turn your video off because you were having such a good time, I see. Oh yeah. So who feels better right now? You gotta feel better right now, right? Seriously, I can see the smiles, I can see your posture, like all of you just changed. Some of you were kind of, and now you're all like, woo, that was good. That's how it works. It's crazy. That's where if we recognize that we're not feeling so wonderful, we have the knowledge and we have the tools. We can change by changing our physiology. And it's amazing, right? Like that's a really easy tool. For me, it's easy to say, I'm gonna turn on some music. Danielle, she's gonna go in her closet. She'll do this in her closet. She'll sing all the way to work, I'm sure of it. So do that. The next part of that changing our state is the focus part. All right, physiology, focus. Focus equals feelings. There are patterns of focus. We all have patterns of focus that we like kind of our go-to. Do you tend to focus on what you have or what you're missing in life? We all do both of those, but where is most of your time spent? Is most of your time spent on focusing on what you have or what you are missing? Put in the chat box. What do you spend most of your time focusing on? What you have or what's missing in your life? Okay, so we all do both. Love to see that in the chat. The majority of achievers, people who are achievers are people that just, they're gonna make things happen no matter what, okay? Majority of time, achievers are gonna tend to focus on what's missing, but when they focus on what's missing, it's because that is what's motivating them to make big, big changes. So it's not that an achiever is focusing on what they don't have or what's missing and then they feel sorry for themselves. they might see something that's missing, but that motivates them and drives them to go and get it and change it. So I thought that was very interesting. And it's okay to do this once in a while, to focus on the things that are missing, but to not focus on what's missing all the time. Do you see the difference in that? An achiever might focus on what's missing, but in a way that they do it, they are doing it because they're going to run after it to change it, to make their life better. Do you tend to focus on what you can control or what you can't control? Put that in the chat. Lots of what's missing, definitely what I have. Focus on what I'm missing. Yeah. Do we tend to focus on what you can control or what you can't control? What I can control, can't, what I can. 80% of achievers focus on what they can control because they want to take more control of their lives. Does that make sense? Others focus on what's missing and what they can't control. An achiever focuses on what they have. They focus on what they can control. They focus on the present, the future, and not the past. Think about this. What do you focus on? The past, the present, or the future? Leah said, depends on if I'm functioning in a healthy mindset. Yep. And now we know we can change. We have that tool, and when you've grown, and I know you have, and I know you're in that place now of, I can totally recognize and know that I've got the power to get myself out of it, and I can change the rest of my day if I choose to. I go back and forth. Present and the future, Jessica. Present and future, present. Good, yeah. Bye-bye past, right? We're not gonna look that way. We're not going that way. We're going this way. Good job. Yeah. Mary said present and future. I learned from the past. We do. We learn from our past. We learn every day. Every day we're learning. Every day we learn, we go through trials, and that's what develops us as people and helps us to be better. If we never went through trials in life, we wouldn't change, we wouldn't grow, but that's how we do grow. Most of the time we grow the most during trials. And we can look back on it and go, wow, I made it through that by the grace of God. And here I am now. And here I can now lift my friend up. Now I can be here for someone who's gone through that same thing. God is good. Let's see, where am I? Achievers focus on what they have. I already did that. Language. Language equals meaning. So that's the other part over here. Language equals meaning. This is a big one because the language we talk about, oh goodness, keep saying the same language and that will continue to shape you. We've talked about this before, where we've talked about as women, how do we talk to ourselves? Gosh, I think this was something we talked about last summer, how we talk about ourselves and how our daughters see that. And would we say those things to our daughters? No. So our language is so powerful and it will continue to shape us. If we say things like, I don't have anyone, I don't have a spouse that cares, people don't hear me, nobody wants what I have, I can't do this, I'm too young, I'm too old, I'm not worthy, I don't look like this or that, I'm not a leader, I'm not good enough. If that is your language, then that's what you will be. Whatever we speak out, we will become. And so our language is super powerful. And our language has meaning, deep meaning. Our language programs us daily. The words we attach to The words we attach to your experience becomes your experience. So we can say things like, I love to post. I love to go live. I love coming here every Tuesday night and dancing with you people. I'm a great mom. I deserve success. I have amazing clothes in my closet. If you like comfortable clothes, I do. I'm a great wife. I'm a great friend. I'm a great leader. I am worthy of good things. Speak life into ourselves, ladies. We have to speak life into ourselves. I saw this funny video that this mom recorded her little girl in the mirror, and the little girl was like, you are amazing. You have great clothes. You have great hair. This is like a 5-year-old. I have to find this video because I have to show you. And it was like, that little girl is seeing what her mom does every day. I'm sure of it. You have amazing shoes. You are spectacular. You are successful. And she was just all extravagant, this little 4 or 5-year-old girl. And it's like, oh my gosh, that's powerful. Oh my goodness. If we change our state, if we want to change our state, right? If we want to change our state, we have to change our physiology, our focus, and our language. And that will change our state. Oh. How would you sit right now? What would it look like if you were completely ticked off? What would you be sitting like? Let me see everybody. What would you be sitting like if you were pissed and mad? I can't even do that with you guys. What would you sound like? Kind of snotty. Your tone would be, How would you sit if you were happy and joyous? Let's see that. So anyway, this is so great. I mean, I have such an amazing story to tell you, right? Look at this. Everybody just completely changed. Did that not make your mind feel different? It does, right? Just these little things that we just did. Sitting up, you just took your body from being angry, as much as we tried to like be angry, but just changing your body and your posture just now, I saw every one of you brighten up, and your eyes were brighter, your eyes were wider, you were smiling, genuinely smiling and laughing. And it truthfully, like, it changed your mind. It changed your state. So to put this all into action, you need to have a reason to change your future. You need to have a reason to change your future and a reason to use your skills, because we all have amazing skills that are just waiting to be used. God planted in each of us amazing gifts, and we get to go use them. We get to. And you need a reason to use your skills, a reason to change your future, and a reason to have a goal, which is like your why. Why do I have a goal? It can be hard to think ahead if you're in dark times, but remember, the dark comes before the dawn. So create a compelling future. You will change your focus. You will change your language. If you want it bad enough, you will find a way. You'll find a way. Okay, I got about 2 more minutes. We're going to talk just a little bit about branding, but identity, your identity is going to reflect your brand. So your identity and these things that we talked about are huge. So enhance your brand if you want to enhance your business. First, that is working on your identity and what we've talked about. Working on your state, your physiology, your focus, your language, all of that. Your brand is letting people know what you have and what you stand for. So Tony Robbins on this Zoom asked one of the Zoom members, why would I buy from you? Tell me why I should buy from you. This was kind of eye-opening for me, you guys. And she said, well, I can help make your skin look amazing. And you'll feel great about yourself. And he asked 30,000+ people on the Zoom, raise your hand if that moved you enough to go buy from her. Not one person raised their hand out of 30,000+ people. And of course, he did it very gently, like he's being super nice. You know, she's a super sweet lady. But his point was, he's trying to make a point. Why? What makes it different? Why would I buy from you? So we want to offer, we want what we offer to trigger a set of emotions or an example we give that moves someone forward to buy from us. So we've talked about this before too, where it's people buy through an emotion. When you're out shopping, you buy with an emotion. Oh my gosh, I'm going to buy this dress. It's an emotion. I'm going to do these earrings. It's an emotion, right? Go look at new cars. Oh my gosh, you get all excited. It's an emotion. So we want to, we want what we offer to trigger a set of emotions or an example we can give that moves someone forward to buy from us. An example would be, you know, building that relationship with them so that they are, you know, you're having this conversation so that they know genuinely that you care about them, and sharing your story or share a story, finding out what their problems might be, and then showing them how you can solve that, help solve that problem, whether it's with their health, whether it's their finances, really caring about them, listening to them more than you're talking, finding out what they need help with. So number one is describe. You guys can write this down and then just like think about it after the call. But this was really cool for me to work through, and I'm still working on it, because when you talk to someone and someone says, what do you do? Right there, if we're working on our identity and we're working on our belief, we're going to then be able to articulate exactly what we want them to hear. And we're going to be able to articulate it in a way that triggers an emotion that makes them want to buy from us, that makes them want to pick us out of 10,000 other people. It's not 10,000. But we want to be different. And we can be different when we care about them and when we are genuine and honest and come to them in those ways, and we are trustworthy. We can have and show our uniqueness to them that makes them that makes them feel an emotion towards us, that makes them pick us out of everybody else. So describe why, this is just something to think about. Describe why I should buy from you and not someone else. Something to think about. What do you bring to the table that is unique and different? So you can jot those things down. And I can put these in our chat too later if y'all don't get it all written down. So what do you bring to the table that's unique and different? Really gives you something to think about. And think about this, what would you want to hear if you were on the other end and you were that person? What will you do for them? What is the social proof that you have? That was another big one that Tony Robbins pointed out. You have to have social proof that you have helped people with XYZ. So say there's someone that comes to you with IBS. I have social proof that I've helped many people with IBS. I can talk about that. You know, I've got 5 friends in the past 2 years that I have helped that have had IBS that are now feeling amazing on these products. That's social proof. And then the next one was, what was your old identity when you were not following through? And that can be on anything. That could be in life, that could be in your business. What was your old identity, your old story when you didn't follow through with things? when you came up with excuses? It could be like, I was just lazy. I didn't feel like it. I had all kinds of things going on. Whatever that might be. The old identity that kept you from following through. And then the next thing is that you could write down and journal about is, how would you describe your identity for 2021? What you believe and think. Who are you really at your core? Who will you be this year, 2021, moving forward? Maybe last year it was, I was too busy making excuses, and this year I am now a conqueror. I am going for it. You know what I'm saying? So it's showing then, showing now, and how you're committed and how you're changing. Who am I at my best? What part of me will I choose to awaken? The playful part, the fun part, the encourager part? Will I awaken the leader in me? What will you create with this new identity, right? What will you enjoy more? I'm going to enjoy what? With this new identity. No more fear, stepping out of your comfort zone, new mindset, being able to get yourself out of funks. What will you enjoy more? Oh my gosh, enjoy life, enjoy day, enjoy my kids. And what will you feel like when you get to do those things? What will your new identity make possible this year? And I can put all this in the team chat too, so you guys can ponder on it. So 5 steps to build stronger identity or brand. Number 1, understand the true power of identity, which we do, right? It's huge. Number 2, identify and articulate why people should choose you. Number 3, learn how to communicate that to people and practice it. That is something I need to work on. Articulating what I can offer and why I'm different and why I can be the best person that they could choose to work with. I'm working on that now. Like, I want to be able to verbalize that in a confident way. And some of you might know if someone says, well, what do you do? Right? We need to be able to articulate that with confidence and enthusiasm to where they're like, gosh, later on, I've been having these migraine headaches. You know what? I'm totally calling Tina. Or they have a friend who has issues. I'm totally going to refer them over to Tina. Or I'm going to have them call Dory or whoever, right? They're going to think of you when they need it. Number 4, so number 3 was learn how to communicate that to people and practice it. Number 4, live it. If this is what you say you're about, then live it. You can expand yourself and get outside your comfort zone. Yes, 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 we can. And number 5, go market it. Market yourself in that way. So there we go. Pretty awesome, right? Gives you a lot to think about, a lot to like just kind of revamp on. I love it. I love it, love it. Hope it was a blessing for you guys because it was a lot of information. Oh, goodness. All right. So that's what I have tonight. And if you're in a funk, dance. Show me in Facebook stories or Instagram stories and tag me because I want to see it. I want to see it happen. Danielle, you know you're going to do it when you get off the phone. She's going to do it. She makes her bed every morning and she dances and sings in her car all the way to work. I know it. Inside jokes. Okay, so anyways, I'm going to stop recording here. We're going to have a sprint huddle, just super quick, like under 5 seconds. So I hope this was a blessing for you guys. I want to hear about anything that changes and how you progress. Like, message me, private message me, and tell me tell me about it, okay? I want to hear about all of it and how it's blessed you and what you're changing or what you're doing. Jumping out of a plane. Okay, I'm going to stop this. So thank you guys.